were out for the game, they came back in.
Yeah, and I saw something that really made me feel good about this team. Is Grant O'Bara's little brother, Grayson O'Bara. Yeah. The kid had the traumatic hand injury.
Yep.
Probably is going to limit some of the skill capabilities that he can have, but the kid still has ability. But besides the point, the kid made a play in a scrimmage, otherwise meaningless sort of scrimmage, but you would have thought, based on the way that the ones reacted, right, and they embraced that, to see your starters, your guys on the sidelines, when a scrimmage like this, half the time in the past they would have been over there, pads
right,
off, drinking Gatorade. Man, they were on the sidelines talking to the coaches, involved in the huddle when you were calling plays, and then they exploded when the kid made that play.
Right.
That tells you a little bit about what this team's makeup is.
Yeah, I'll address just Grayson at first, because Grayson, he had a skill set. He's really fast. And he had a skill set of his hands, dexterity, that warranted a lot of talk of, if we have some injuries at our receiver position, this is before the accident, that he was a guy we could, maybe not strong enough yet, but he was so fast and quick and he caught everything. So when he had that accident, it was devastating to him, because he had his big dreams of being a receiver this year. Was dashed on him. And then we talked about playing corner, getting over there with Gilson and learning it all. And, of course, it's taking some time for him to transition. Now, I can tell you this, the hand's coming back. I mean, it's not going to be fully back this year, but it's going to be back. And and he'll be a factor at receiver before this guy graduates. So,
right.
But our kids know the pain. When you got something you really want, and then you lose it, they get it, And when you take that with the chemistry of this team, when I say there's no clicks on this team, I mean there's no clicks. Now, there's no Harpool Crownover. There's no black, white. There's no I do this, I hang out here. I mean, it's truly, they all care about each other, and it's been a fun fall camp. And that was a microcosm of what I think our program's at right now.
Well, you talked about it last week, everybody being in the same room for team dinner. We saw it when he came off the sidelines and they were high-fiving. Yeah. Your team is playing with a purpose, and that sets the standard for the rest of the season.
All right, Coach, last question this week. Only 2 days to go before opening night. Are we confident? Are we healthy?
I'll go to the healthy part first. It was a miserable Tuesday after practice, because I thought I lost 3 kids in a matter of 15 minutes, and they were all on one side of the ball. Grant Mahon, he's back, we're all excited. And I looked down there, and he's got ice on his hand. We thought he broke his thumb. Did not. He did have some damage to it, but luckily he came back today. He's got it casted up, and he's ready to roll. Fugit went down, safety, but it was a little ankle sprain. He'll practice tomorrow. And then Trace Jewell's the one that was – so, yes, we're healthy. Trace Jewell's still questionable on his feet. Don't want to put him out there until he's completely healthy. But everybody but Trace will be on the field, and he's still a what if. Okay. Are we confident? You're dang right we're confident. I got that. Like I said, I've got that feel of the veteran, just leadership, and I don't think our kids. You asked me earlier about a revenge game. Not necessarily a revenge game, but this same group of kids wants to show the defending state, the 5A state champions, that what happened last year wasn't Guyer football. Well, Guyer football is going to show up at Bearcat Stadium Friday night.
Coach, one thing that changed today, you've been practicing in triple-digit weather. Fortunately for all of us fans and the players and the coaches, it dropped into the low 80s today, some thunderstorms, game time temperatures supposed to be low 90s, and then once the sun goes down, 75 or so degrees. Right. You got to be excited about that. It gets you more into football weather and some of this heat issues that have impacted your practice time.
I'm telling you, Tuesday, along with those injuries early in practice, plus that 120-degree index was miserable. Today was beautiful. We actually we got Cam and a bunch of the receivers and Eli. We did an early morning pass hole, and it was raining. And it felt good. We did it in the rain. I said, we're going in the rain, and we did it in the rain, and it felt really good.
Well, John, before we wrap this thing up, I wanted to ask Coach Walsh, any message for the fans this year? It's I think the fans are excited about this team.
Yes, and
I believe they think that there's – I think like you, they saw last year the potential in this team, and even though it was frustrating at times. So what's your message for the fans?
Well, I can tell the buzz is out there. When I go to Kroger, I go grocery shopping for a reason. I can get the buzz of our community at Kroger. And I'm getting a lot of questions, and I like the feel we got. And here's my message. Don't wait till round 3 till we prove that we're back in deep playoff run. Come out and support them now. I schedule big for our players, but I schedule big for our community too. Guyer, Aledo, Guyer, Cedar Hill, those are big games, and just make us part of your weekly entertainment and join the fun.
Okay, that wraps it up, this week's discussion with Guyer head coach John Walsh. Join us next show when we discuss the Cedar Hill matchup and the thrill of playing in the legendary Cotton Bowl Stadium. For my partner Rick Thrailkill, I'm John Piper. See you next week, and go Wildcats.